Hey, what's up, guys? Back with another stream. Happy Tuesday. Appreciate you guys all jumping in the chat there. Flyboy, Crasha, Robo, CK Acres, Control Alt Jeff, Andy. I think I caught everybody so far. Flyboy. Guys, thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. Good evening, everybody. So yeah, so Sapper, how you doing? Look who made it. Appreciate you guys checking out the stream. We're just getting started here. We got a interesting thing planned for tonight, as those of you who are part of the VR Aviation FSE group know that we have a new plane in the Charlotte area. Actually, the Charlotte airport, which is the B1900D that you see here. It's leased to the group, so we can all use it, and the group benefits from the rent that's made on this plane, so that's cool too. And there's a lot of interesting money-making routes that you can find in out of Charlotte, so we're going to take a look at one of those today. And if you're imaginative, every few days, some pretty cool routes pop up there, and it's definitely money makers. In a plane like this where you can fit 19 people, it's can certainly produce some nice revenue for yourself and for the group. So in any event, we're going to take a look at that and talk about a few other things tonight, and looking forward to it. So let's get to the plan for tonight, the flight plan. Get my so you guys can see where we're flying. There we go. Sky Vector. You can see we're starting off in Charlotte. We're going to McIntyre. Hit the McIntyre. What is 172 nautical miles? So a quick one. Then we're going to head to Shaw Air Force Base. Then we go to Walterboro and then back to Charlotte. All right. So it's 3 hops. Now the cool thing about this is that we have 19 passengers, and most of these are singles. So you guys know that when you use a single, you get more money, right? Because $1,600 versus $1,400 in a double, so you make a little bit more money, and it adds up if you have a lot of singles. So in any event, we're picking up 19 people that are going to each one of these airports, and then as we go along the way at McIntyre, we're going to pick up some people that are going back to Charlotte. At Walterboro, same thing, and at the Air Force Base, same thing. So hopefully by the time we get back to Charlotte, we'll have 19 people. Nice thing is at almost $28,000 worth of value there for a 300-mile flight, which isn't too bad actually when you think about it. And it's a nice way to make money. And there's a bunch of these. If you take a look at Charlotte, and these refresh every couple of days, so you got to keep your eye on it. But if you take a look, there's a bunch of these that you can piece together. One of them is like SPA, UKF is another one, GSP. I've got triangle routes with that, RDU. All of these it's a nice way to build up a 2 or 3 hop route where you can make some money with this plane in this territory. So it's there for you guys to use, and I do have a bonus on it because you just want to keep it in the area. We don't want it straying too far from the airport because the whole idea is to make money at this airport. All right, so if you do use it, please bring it back to the airport, and so other people in the group can use it as well. Now it could be rented by non-group members because it does have a rent on it. So it might end up out of this area, so we might have to bring it back or whatever. No big deal. But in any event, that's the whole idea behind having the plane there. And I've made a lot of money flying in the Charlotte area with this plane, a lot of money. So in any event, that's the plan for tonight. Then we'll go over the finances of the group as well. Say, Robo, you need to do the CK Acres. Yeah, you flew it the other night. Yep, I saw that you flew it the other night. That's awesome. That's great. I need to do the math, but I'm wondering if the extra booking fees make up for the gain in revenue for singles. Not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Not sure. But in any event, we'll see. We'll see at the end here. It'll be a profitable flight. These are always profitable. All right, cool. So let's. I'm already up and running here, so because I wanted to get going, and we're ready to go, ready to depart. So let's get in the air. Let's see. Now I'm hoping that we're going to be okay using Air Server and the ForeFlight. I hope it's going to be okay. All right, cool. All right, so let me get FSEconomy loaded up here. Just gonna load up my flight, log it in. I got plenty of gas. I have 325 gallons, so it's certainly enough to get me probably to the first 2 spots, and then we'll take it from there. So good to go. After 5 green, it'll charge you extra. I didn't know that. Better check the gear. Your landing was pretty hard. Yeah. I didn't know that, Flyboy. That's interesting. After 5 green, they charge you extra. Why would they do that? I got to tell you, there's some weird things about the way the mathematics work at FSEconomy. All right, let me get my. I'll show you here. That's how I set up the autopilot. I'm going to go nav, altitude select, vertical speed, and we're going to climb at the 1,000 feet per minute. And all I have to do is say autopilot on, and we will grab. I usually fly around 3,000 feet here. Altitude 3,000. Altitude 3,000.
Altitude 3,000 feet.
Okay. This is all pretty flat land, and it's maybe about 500 feet above sea level, something like that. So, all right, good to go. No judder, which is good. So we'll hopefully we'll be able to get flaps to 1. We got our GPS on. We got it belt buckled. We got gas in the tank. Pitot heat is on. And we got I already have the flight plan in the GPS, so we're good to go there. And let's hit it. You don't want to over rev these engines. And when I first got this plane, I put it all the way to 100%, and I was wondering why my engines were burning up. Here we go. Probably go flaps full here. Pretty much a straight out departure to the south here. That should do it. Let's come on, get her up. Rotate. There we go. Get that gear up, those flaps up. Get some airspeed. 140. Plane feels heavy. Autopilot on?
Autopilot on.
All right, that should be good here. We'll climb to 3,000. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to turn off air server. That air server just doesn't mix well with X-Plane. Yeah. See, they were in now we're starting to get into a jittery mess here. Yeah, let me turn that off. Sorry, guys. Let me go, 1 second to clean a few things up here. That should be a little better. Yeah, for some reason that air server, it just mucks everything up with some planes. Not all planes. Like the stock planes are fine. Like this, now we're running fine. Okay, you can see nice and smooth. But that air server, somehow it interacts with the way it interacts with X-plane with the Carenado planes. It's usually the Carenado planes just causes problems. So let's see, you got your plane climbing autopilot, and now you can actually do some homework. Keep it around 3 on the trim wheel, takeoff and landing. I do have to push forward the stick. Say yeah. Save on the tires. With this plane, it's weird. Like when you flare this plane when landing it, you kind of have to you gotta whoosh it in there. Like you gotta pull back on the stick, right? Right before pull back on the yoke right before you land to get it on the rear tires. And I think I have I can tell you right now, I got almost over 130 hours in this plane here. See, there are 135 hours in this plane. So I've flown it quite a bit. I'm gonna sit on this side a little while. Check back in the cabin here. We'll give it a little tour. Oh, going through the door. I guess I had the door closed. Old style plane, narrow. Checking out the window there. Pretty cool. Let's get back up in the cabin. Cockpit, I should say. Yeah, see, exactly. Yeah, you need a flight attendant to get a beer. I tell you what, though, I was thinking about, I want to do a livery for the group, and I'm really seriously thinking about just taking this livery here and modifying it. Leaving the black and making the gold red, getting rid of the gold swooshes on the tail, put the VRA, make it real simple. Because the Carenado planes are kind of a pain in the ass to do liveries on. So I'm thinking I'm just going to do that. Just put that red stripe will look really nice there. It'll be a little bit of work. So we have 2 red stripes there. And you can see above here we got the black tail, the black engines. We'll just do some red trimming on it. Can make this one look really nice. It'll be a little bit easier. Oh, really? That's interesting because I kind of did that with the PC-12. Yeah, interesting. Well, I guess I shouldn't have said that. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll make it so that it's completely different. Let's see. Maybe they don't like you. Maybe they don't like you. Who knows? Probably not. All right, let's go over. We got a little bit. Let's see how much time we got here. Well, this will be kind of a short flight. We got 50 miles. So we'll go over a quick review of it's a big coincidence. Let's go over a quick review of where we are with the group, the team. All right, bank account, $734,000, pretty good. Take a look at the monthly statement. We've got almost $4 million in assignment income, $1.2 million in net. This is the number that we're going to be paying the bonus on. but it's a total accumulation, but this is what the bonus we paid off of. Aircraft operations with rentals and stuff, almost 50 grand, pretty good. FBO operations, 65,000, almost 66,000. That's pretty good. So we're doing very well. We spent a lot of money this month. We bought. Let's see. We bought a Baron. We bought a Bell 407 yesterday. Obviously, with the help of Sapper and Crash, they chipped in a big chunk. But the group chipped in, I think, 90K or something like that too. We bought a couple of FBOs, so we're really trying to move things forward here, but we're still operating very nice, so we've got a nice chunk of money. The whole idea is I'm trying to save this, keep pulling the money together so that when an opportunity comes for a 3-lotter in the Northeast, we'll have enough cash to either buy it outright or to put a healthy down payment on it. And if we have to get a loan or something like that, we may have to do that because some of them are going to be pretty expensive. And then also to start to press on into the UK and start to get a couple FBOs there. So anyway, we're moving nicely along with the finances as far as the group goes. Let's just pull this up here. I want to show you the standings. Where the hell are they? Give me a second. For today. Find it. Let me find it. Why isn't it here? Oh, it's the wrong one. Hold on. Go. Let me show you this. Go to Dell desktop. Let me get rid of the Chrome window. So if you look at this right here, I'm sure if you can see that, but you've got Errors in the lead with 690K. The contest has paid off the income number. Sappers in second, Flyboys in third, Crunch Buddy fourth, Crashes in fifth. So we're doing very nicely. Nice amount of revenue generated. So it's pretty cool. It's lots of fun, right? All right, so that's that. Let's see, what else did I want to show you guys? Oh, the planes. Let's take a look at planes. So here's our aircraft. So as I mentioned, we added the Bell 407. And we've got our 2 Barons now. We got the 1900D that we're flying now, the Charlotte area, and a couple Cessnas. We got our 3 208s. Now, one of these 208s is leased, and we're paying a lease. South Africans cost us like I don't know, 10 or 12,000 a month. So we're probably going to get rid of this one, and we'll have one at just one at Mooney Airport. Burt Mooney Airport, and we'll have this one that Air Dogs leases us up in Vancouver. It's actually really nice to fly up there if you want to check that out. Some nice mountains and stuff to fly through. We got the Titan 404 from Sapper, and we got the my Cirrus SR20, which and we've got in the eastern hub area. So anyway, building that out, which is awesome. And let's see, FBO wise. Here's all our FBOs. We got, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 FBOs right now. And 4 gates rented at Trenton. Best way to look at it though is this map, and there's links to this in the on our Discord. So this shows you our Western network, okay, with BTM in the middle. And then, oh crap, BTM in the middle, and the spokes around it, and then our eastern side. We got Delaware Air Park in the middle right now. Probably that's going to change if we can get a 3-lotter. But for now, that's our central point. And we've got Trenton, 4 gates there, and we've got 4 other FBOs that we own in the east. So that's what's going on with the FBOs. Alrighty. Yeah, so one thing also to announce was that Sapper, David was the winner of my 10,000 subscriber giveaway. What's going on here? Why isn't that? Hold on, I gotta fix something here. There we go. Was the winner of my 10,000 subscriber giveaway, and he already has copies of XP Realistic and Plane Command, so he's been kind enough to offer a lottery to VR Aviation members. Okay, and the details of which are in a video that he posted, which, let me get that video, and I'll put that link in the description here. Actually, why don't we watch that video? How long is it? 4 minutes? We got a few minutes here. Let's go to my Dell desktop. Make this a little bigger here, and let's watch this video.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Sapper17 here, and today I am going to start up a lottery. I have two products that I have won in Bambino's live stream, this 10K sub. So the two we have are Plane Command and XP Realistic. Alright? Plane Command, great one to use. Call your commands off, parking brake, whatever. Alright? It's the paid full version, $27 worth. And next we have XP Realistic Pro. Alright? Another $20 one. These will build lottery style for these. The winner of the first lottery ticket will have a choice which one he chooses. The second lottery will have the second running up prize. So, ways to enter. First, you need to be, of course, in one of my channels, Discord or Bambino VR, to get all the updates, which is posted in the links below. Also, you need to fly. That's a given, right? You love flying. Also, the third one, the major one you need to be a part of. This is the biggest prereq you need. FSEconomy. Alright? If you haven't checked it out, give it a try. It gives your flying a lot more meaning to the flights. So, well, Sapper, how do I enter? Very simple. Once you're in FSEconomy and you've got some cash to burn and you don't want to spend the $50, $20, $30 for these two products, you can buy a lottery ticket. $5,000 buys one lottery ticket. No maximum, minimum, maximum, whatever lottery ticket you want to buy. If you want to buy 100 of them, you can buy 100 of them. How it's going to go is you're going to take your $5,000 from your account. So say I do Sapper17, I'm buying a lottery ticket, and I'm going to send it to an account on the banking tab. I got to send it to an account. Well, I'm going to send it to Sapper17 Gaming. Make sure you send it gaming. Do not send it to my other one. Alright? This is where I'm keeping all the tallies. You're going to put your amount. Then in the comment, purchasing lottery tickets, number times 5. Okay? Then on March, I want to say, let me double check my calendar. March 2nd, actually, correction, let's change it. March 9th. March 9th. I will draw 2 lucky winners, and I will contact them via FSEconomy's username and let them know they won. They will let me know the prize. I will let the runner-up know, hey, you had the running up, and you are going to win this prize as well. Alright. With these, I have already talked to both sponsors of these that Bambino had. They are good to go with this. Alright. I just have to send them the name of the individual. Once you get the drawing, good to go. Alright, and how it's going to be tallied up. Right here, got my spreadsheet all set up. Crash got the first one, $5,000 I was sent in during my live stream the other day. So, congratulations to him on the first lottery ticket. Hopefully it plays out for you. But, like I said, enter as much as you want, least as you want, and the bonus. Alright, this money is not coming back to Sapper. This money is going to VR Aviation. All 100% of the proceeds going back to VR Aviation. Alright? So any questions, concerns, comments, go ahead and shoot me a message on Discord or in my channel or Bambino's. Alright? Both are posted in the links below. So, with that being said, I hope to see lots of entries, and everybody, have a good time flying.
Have a good time flying. Isn't that great, man? It's awesome. So yeah, so Sapper's basically giving up those two pieces of software, those two programs to one or two lucky winners. Just get your lottery ticket money into him at his account. I think it's got it in the description of that video. It's on YouTube. And every 5,000 FSE dollars gets you one lottery ticket. The more lottery tickets you buy, the better chance you're going to have. And as Sapper said, he's kindly set this up so that all the proceeds will go to VR Aviation, and we'll use that for FBOs or planes or some other stuff. So it's a really cool thing for him to do. So thanks, Sapper. Appreciate that. And get with him if you have any questions. He's on my Discord, and he's got his own Discord as well. So cool. All right. Well, I think it's time to get ready to land here. I want to get down a little bit. Altitude 2,000.
Altitude 2,000 feet.
So then we're going to get my thing up here. With this plane, you have to keep the X-plane 2D window minimized. You have to. It turns the judder if you don't do that. But if you do that, it's really, really, really smooth. So yeah. So make sure make sure you it's Sapper 17 Gaming, right, on FSE that you send the money to. He's going to keep track of that. He's going to use a random number generator to pick the winners. All going to be on the up and up, and it's a really cool thing that he's doing. But you have to be part of VR Aviation Group to be part of that, right? All right, there's my airport. I'm a little off here, so I'm going to get my... Let's slow this beast down. I'm going to have to fly out here a little bit. I tell you, I've flown this plane so much, to me it's like almost like flying a 172. I feel like I could do almost anything with it. Get that gear down. I'm going to have to make a quick stop here. But she'll slow down. I know I'm scaring the shit out of the passengers right now, but it's okay. You'll get to your destination, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. Just get your barf bags handy and put your drinks away, because we're grinding this one down. Beautiful. Yeah, we threw a few G's around the cabin, but everybody's going to be fine. Gear is down. We got 3 green. Gas is good. Undercarriage is good. And mixture is, we don't have to worry about it. And prop is maxed. So we're good to go. Let's keep our speed about 110. I like to keep it at. Nice and smooth. Look how smooth that sim is running, man. I tell you, 11.20 VR3, there's definitely some positive changes. I definitely noticed improvements. I mean, this plane never flew this smooth before that release. We have a few trees on the end of the runway, which we're going to hit. And this is what I mean. So you kind of like flare it up, get down here like this and flare it up, throttle it down, keep that yoke back, and just boom, pop it down. What I love about this plane is it stops real quick. Oops, right there. There you go. Set parking brake.
Parking brakes set.
Hold the beer and watch this landing. That's right. Really fast and pull up hard in the last second. Yep, exactly. Now hold my beer while I land this. Exactly. All right. Let's see. Let me get my next. Leg activated. Okay, good. This is a short one, this next one, but let me unload these passengers here. Yeah, as soon as I open that window, the frame rates go right down. Okay. Unloaded. You got to trust me on that. Oh, crap. Let's see. So that's good. And departing, we got, how many souls on board we got right now? 14 souls on board, and we're going to pick up a few more at RBW. We won't, well, we'll see how many we can pick up. We got 14 souls on board. We'll go over all the money after. We got, how much gas? We've got 261, and we're flying short flight. We should be fine. So we'll start. Good, we're en route. Yep, and then let me close this window. Oh, no, one more thing. Set my autopilot up. Now we're good to go. All right, cool. Let's see. 4:30 a.m. comes quickly, and there are cars I've had to pull in the morning. Okay, CK Acres, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Have a good evening. And be careful driving. Yep. All right, Crash. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate that. Have a good sleep. All right, so we're good to go here. Let me set altitude 2,500.
Altitude 2,500 feet.
I just want to make sure of my. I don't think. Yeah, this is super low. So actually, let's just keep it 2,000. Altitude 2,000.
Altitude 22,000
No.
feet.
Altitude 2,000.
Altitude 2,000 feet.
All right, so we got FSE is loaded. We got people loaded. We got gas loaded. Everybody's buckled up and ready to go, and let's rock and roll, baby. Hit those brakes. Full flaps. $14 souls on board. And rotate. Gear up, flaps up. Gear up and flaps up. Nice and smooth. Autopilot on.
Autopilot on.
The computer take the plane. But you can see how quick this is. Boom, boom, boom. It's a nice way to make, and it's, it's interesting. I guess it's not too interesting terrain. It's more of a moneymaker. It's flat. You get to see a lot of farmland, very flat. Not a lot of mountains, not very scenic, but you know what? Fly it at nighttime. They help you nighttime skills. I was speaking of nighttime. I saw someone posted in the VR Aviators group on Facebook something about a plugin that enables you to improve the stars at night in VR. Has anybody tried that? Just curious. This is going to be a quick one. It's only about 20 miles. Yeah, the problem for me with the stars at night is they seem very large. and they have a blurred effect to them because of, you know, it's a pixel. It's probably like the light crossing pixels or whatever. But apparently this plugin helps you control the blooming of the lights. Like the Oculus Home Core 2.0 and have a cockpit with 3 screens going. You fall asleep on flight. Yeah, it was funny because today I was watching SimPilot's stream this afternoon, and I had in the cockpit with Home Core 2.0, I had ForeFlight to the left of me, and I had his stream to the right of me. It was awesome. And the other night I was doing the same thing. I had ForeFlight at one side of me, and I had the Olympics to the other side. It's awesome. It's awesome. You can sit in the cockpit if you got a long, like I do some of these longer flights with cargo with a Challenger, or, you know, any longer flight. You can sit there and watch TV or, you know, whatever. It's pretty cool. And it doesn't give you a hit on frames, which is great. And it's very simple. It's not difficult. Like that OVR drop is a nice program, but it's kind of complicated. This is simple. You grab this, and I did a video on it. If you check my YouTube channel, I did a video on how to use the Core 2, the Home Core 2.0 import functionality for Oculus Rift, and it works for any window that you have open on your desktop. It can be ForeFlight through Air Server or Lonely Screen or whatever you want to use for that, or it could be I'm looking at Twitch chat right now. You guys can't see it because I'm not using the Oculus mirror, but if I was using the Oculus mirror, you could see. In fact, I could probably. Well, I don't want to load that up because it might screw things up. But ForeFlight on the left of me, Olympics to the right. Here I am. Yeah, Jerry Rafferty. Jerry Rafferty and what's the name of the band? Steelers Wheel. Steelers Wheel. I can actually play that song, believe it or not, on the guitar. But yeah, the import is through Oculus is awesome. It really is awesome. And if you're a Vive user, I think you can use that OVR drop, which again isn't as elegant, and I think it has a little bit more of a hit on frames, but it does work. But what I love about this is that it has very little, actually no hit on frames, which is great. All right, let's slow this beast down here because we're going to have to land here pretty shortly. We're making our turn here. There's a link to the Discord, guys, so if you're not part of the Discord, hit that link and sign up. And a lot of great discussion about VR aviation and FSEconomy and all kinds of random stuff. And if you're a New York Yankees fan, I got a channel for that, so check that out. There's our airport right there. It's pretty easy. So let's hand fly this baby right now. And we'll just get our throttle back. See how smooth the sim is running. It's almost like there's really no stuttering at all. And I got to tell you, before VR3, I always had judder and stutter in these areas. It's excellent. All right, I'm going to get down to about 170, get our first notch of flaps in there. Second notch of flaps, gears down. Slowing that plane down. This is how you fly in VR. When your simulator is running this smoothly, it's a joy. It's an absolute joy. Keep that I like to keep it about 115, 120 knots here, and then down to about 110 when we land, so I'm a little slow here. There you go. All right. Coming in nicely. You got to do the 1900D swoop. I call it the swoop because you basically come in like this, you flare it out, and then you let down the throttle, and then you pull back on the yoke, and nice and easy like that. Yeah, that's how you do it. No, I didn't buy it, Robo. Hey, Aki, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining the stream. I looked at the fishing Barrett Sea thing, and I watched some gameplay videos. I watched the video you gave me and a couple others, and I just couldn't get into it. I'm like, I don't really want to be spearing fish and gutting fish. It's not something I'm interested. Just doesn't. It looks cool. Like I would like to drive the boat, but I'm just not into cutting the fish. So no, I didn't get it. All right. Set parking brake.
Parking brakes set.
Yeah, I'd rather buy a plane. Although I don't think I need any more planes. All right, let me end. Let's see. Let me go to. Yeah, as soon as I open up that window, it just starts to stutter. Wow. I mean, it's down to 8 frames per second when I open up this window. All right, finish that flight. Now you can see. Let me go show you the Chrome. So we finished that flight. So far, we've made. Well, let's see where. Well, I'll have to show you what we've made so far. Let me see. Here, go to aviation log. So far, we made the big payoff's going to come at the end. We made 350, and we made, let's see, 1,100. So about 1,500, let's call it. Okay, we're going to get that bonus back at the end. That's the one thing that to understand about bonuses. Some people may not understand them. That you get that bonus money back when you return the plane to its home. So, all right. So let's see here. We're heading to RBW. We got 16 passengers on board. So far we're carrying everybody. Start flight. Oh, do I have enough gas? Yeah, I got 241. Plenty of gas. All right. And let's close. Oh, let me set my autopilot up. Yeah, you have to, when you're, Aki, you're new to X-Plane VR. When you're running a plane, especially third-party plane, you have to minimize the X-Plane 2D mirror on your desktop. You minimize that, you gain frames back. Let's see, you get to the point where you hire lackeys to do the gutting for you, okay. But at the beginning, you have to do it all. Oh, okay, well, maybe that's, I don't know, I'll look at it again. I just, it's, the problem is having the time to do it, Altitude 2,500?
Altitude 2,500 feet.
All right, we got everything set up here. We're gonna get our flaps to full flaps, and let's rock and roll here. There you go. I have a hard time doing this from the side like this. I have to get better at doing that. I have a real hard time doing that. All right, we're going to turn to the flaps up, gear up, autopilot on.
Autopilot on.
Watch that plane level off. We still have those hovering X-Pad, and they added a hovering controller. So hopefully they'll get rid of those at some point. I let Laminar know about it a few times. I'm sure everybody else has too, but do you run your pops at 15 and turbine at 95% for cruise, or do you use the rental power? I'm running my prop at 16. I have my prop pegged, and I run the turbine at well, I'm at 30 on the torque number. Whereas I'm at 95%, 94.5%, 94.4%. So see there's this. If I lean in here, you guys can see that. Hovering desk chair to go with it. Yeah, right. You have a green circle around you. I mean, like at your feet? You found out how to get rid of the floating X-Pad? Well, can you share? How do you do it? Yeah, you could turn that off. It's in. You got to go in Oculus Home settings, and you can turn off the play area. The play area warning. You don't want to turn it off if you're playing standing games, though, because you'll smash your controller into the wall. But go to 2D, then go back to VR and leave it at the location. Go to 2D, then go back to VR. Leave it at the location you did it at. Oh. Interesting. Well, they still have to fix it, man. That's like kind of a. I mean, that's cool that you figured that out, but they have to fix that. Get myself straightened out here. All right, so it stays wherever the location was when you go out to 2D and come back to VR. I get you. I get you. All right, so I've got a another giveaway coming up. I talked about this yesterday, and actually the developer for the plane that I'm giving away was in the stream yesterday for a short period of time. The advanced flight modeling, they've got the Mooney Aviation 2 and 3, which is you get 2 planes for the price of one. You get one with analog gauges and one with a G1000. It's a Mooney M20R. Very nice plane, finely detailed, study level plane. Everything down to like the fuses are usable. It's X-Plane VR compatible. It's a great plane. I think actually Sapper was streaming with it the other day. I've streamed with it. I'm actually doing a VR review of it, in the process of doing that now. So hopefully I'll have that out in a couple of days. It's really a wonderful plane to fly. And worth every penny that they're charging for it. But guess what? If you subscribe to my YouTube channel and Twitch channels, or follow the Twitch channel, you don't have to subscribe to the Twitch channel, you'll have a chance to win that plane. AFM has kindly sponsored a giveaway of that plane, which I'm going to be putting together the video for in a couple of days, and you guys will have a chance to win a Mooney M20R Ovation 2 and 3. It's pretty awesome. So thanks to those guys for doing that, and you'll have a chance to win that plane. So cool. That's going to be coming up. The other thing I'm working on, and I should have that done in a couple of days too, is I'm doing a video on my current X-Plane settings, because VR settings, because a lot of things have changed. I put out a video, God, right after Christmas, early January, on how to configure X-Plane VR, and it became obsolete in like a week. So, I mean, I put a lot of work into putting that video together, but I had to take it down because it wasn't correct anymore. Things had changed, so, things were changing fluidly when X-Plane VR first came out, and I didn't want to give people inaccurate information, so I took the video down. And I'm working on a video now where I go over the settings. It's very simple. It's much easier than it was before. There's a lot less complication in setting it up. So for those who are interested in getting in to X-Plane VR that are using Oculus Rift, this hopefully will benefit them and give them an idea of how easy it is to get things set up. So in any event, we're going to be working on that and hopefully producing that sometime in the next few days. I know a lot of the guys in the stream here don't really need that anymore because your systems are all set up and working very well, but there's a lot of newer folks that especially in the VR Aviators group on Facebook. I'm getting a Rift, how do I set up X-Plane? And this will be a video that can just pop as a response and help them get on their way. So that's the goal of it, and I hope to have that done in the next couple of days. So, but it was just amazing. I went back. I actually took that video down probably about 3 weeks ago because I watched it, or I was thinking about it. I'm like, wow, a couple of the things I said in there aren't really true anymore. This is when we went from the beginning, and then everybody was using Fly with Lua and the Fly with Lua script, the 3J FPS script, and I think a lot of people still are using that. I personally am not. Ever since I removed Fly with Lua from my system, I've had very little judder. So I believe that script, even though it's great for other things, it's not great for VR. I could be wrong, and maybe there's an update to it, but I chose not to go back to it because you get to a point where you kind of get tired of configuration and you just want to fly, So the new script works great. Okay, well that's great. I'm glad it does. I don't, in particular, and you can see here, I'm not running it, and I'm running a third-party plane, and it's working flawlessly. So I'm of the belief that the less stuff that you have in the mix, the better. And so anyway, I'm going to show what I do, and people can, if they choose to use that script, that's cool. That's fine. They can choose to use whatever they want. I personally just think that the less that's in the mix, the better. So in any event, the point of it is that things change so fluidly that I had to take that video down because it was no longer valid. And I'm going to be doing a new one. In fact, I'm also going to be I've got a video on my channel, a guide to virtual reality flight simulation, and that was done, I think I did it in June of last year, or maybe July. And there's been some changes that have happened since then that I'm going to probably be doing an update to that video too, because, things change. And you want to make sure you have current information. So, in any event, got a lot of things stacking up on the to-do list for videos, and going to be getting to them soon. So, I got to tell you, man, you got to love judder-free flying. Just move your head around, and it's just beautiful. I tell you, the other big difference too, is that for streaming purposes, when I went from using the Oculus mirror to using that OpenVR plugin on OBS, that mirror, it's much better. Much better. And it's very, very low hit on frame rate. So I find that to be a lot better too. Check out the scenery down there. Look at that, man. Beautiful. World's just moving along in North Carolina. Actually, we're probably in South Carolina right now. I don't use XEnviro. Flyboy, do you use XEnviro with VR? Because I heard that there were some issues with VR. Clouds and virtual reality just seem to be, right now, it's just not a good mix. The X-Plane default clouds, you have those initiated, you have it all turned off, yeah. If you use, I mean, the basic clouds for, you know, the stock clouds, the X-Plane clouds, if you turn those on, it makes you cross-eyed. You have to turn them off because it's like, it's one eye's looking at one thing and the other, it's really, it's like annoying. And I think XEnviro had the same, XEnviro had the same problem. Something about drawing clouds. I think, you know, Laminar's talking about going to particle-based graphics, and I think, you know, maybe it's got to wait for that capability before clouds will be something that you can stomach. Yeah. The clouds and the screwed up ortho tiles. You get those a lot in Hawaii. There's a lot of clouds on the ortho in Hawaii, but every once in a while one pops up here and there. You wonder if the Google editor did their job going through all those tiles to make sure that they didn't have to be reshot, you know. All right, coming up to our waypoint here, so I'm going to slow the bird down. I'd like to bring it down to, let's see, about 80% on the turbine. That should slow me down to about 180 knots. Actually, a little lower than that, about 78%. So I'm going to drink here, guys. So they try, but they're finding time in Hawaii that isn't cloud. Yeah, right, exactly. Exactly. Hawaii always has those clouds in the sky. Well, they're scattered clouds, but they do have clouds in the sky. It's still fun to fly there in X-Plane. Yeah, so I looked at, you know, a solution other than this air server so I can serve up ForeFlight and the stream. And I looked at that. I downloaded a copy of that Lonely, what's it called? Lonely server, whatever it's called. Lonely screen. And it's utilizing about the same, about 6-7% of the CPU. I'm going to try it and see if it conflicts with OBS. I just think that until I can get a streaming PC, which I have a laptop that I could probably use for streaming. Until I do that, I'm going to have issues with Air Server because OBS and Air Server and X-Plane all running on the same machine. It just seems to be just too much for CPU. Because, you know, I guess because X-Plane is single-threaded, it's running in one CPU, one of the virtual CPUs. It doesn't spread across, that you don't get the benefit of multiple CPUs with X-Plane, so you have those issues, you know. You fly the DC-10 Wendover. You fly that in VR. Oh, there's our airfield. And we could hit our first notch of flaps here. I think we'll fly a 2000 next time. That makes it easier to get down. All right, second notch of flaps. Get that gear down. I got the coolest note today on Facebook Messenger. Some guy messaged me. He said, "Thanks for your YouTube videos on VR flight sim. I had a triple monitor set up, and I bought an Oculus Rift and set it up, and I'm selling my monitors on eBay." Oh, starting to stall here. That's not good. Thought that was pretty cool. I'm sure he's going to keep one of them, but basically saying that the experience in VR just completely trumps the 3-monitor setup. Thought that was pretty cool. Get ready for our swoop. Right at the tire. Ooh, there you go. Kind of stalled there at the end. That's all right. Oh, you need your triple monitors for work. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so you got another use for them. Have I tried changing the affinity of air server to keep it away from X-Plane? I don't know what you mean by that, dude. How can I change the affinity of it? I mean, what, use like Lasso, Project Lasso or something like that? Yeah, I've been looking at that Project Lasso. Thinking about diving into that. I just, I had this thing. I have this philosophy, and my philosophy is simple is best. And when you start to throw all these things in the mix, it tends to kludge things up. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Just use Task Manager. I'll look into that. Now that you mention that, I didn't realize you could do that. So doesn't Lasso make it easier to do that? All right, let me get my passengers on board here. All right, so money's creeping up. This is going to be the big payoff. So we got 17 passengers set. How much gas we have? We're going 139. I mean, we should be fine with gas, but I'm just going to top it off to 200, just because it's only 15 gallons. All right, so we should be good to go and get these people back, and hopefully we'll we'll have a nice payday. That's what makes it a little easier to do. Mostly it makes it so it always does it. Sometimes Task Manager may reset itself between running a program. I'm going to look at Project Lasso. Although, again, I feel like I don't want to kludge things up, you know. Let's get full flaps here. And everybody's seatbelt is buckled. Extinguish all smoking items. Stow your stowables in the stowing areas. Do a shot of tequila, and here we go. And rotate. Flaps up, gear up. Turn towards our GPS setting. Autopilot on.
Autopilot on.
Gotta love Plane Command. It's awesome. Gotta head out and get another stream. Another stream to do. Okay, cool. Well, Sapper, thanks for checking out the stream tonight. And again, we appreciate you doing that lottery for those great pieces of software, XP Realistic and Plane Command. It's really cool of you doing that. Have a good stream, dude. First leg is done. Only 447 miles to go. It's a long way. What plane are you in, Robo? .208. That's a long 447 and a 208. That's a long 447 miles. Yeah. Do you know about this thing? Pardon me. Do you know about this plugin called Autopause? I have it, and I've tried it. It works pretty well. You set it up so that it pauses this X-plane within a certain amount of miles from your destination. So if it's within 50 miles of the destination airport, it'll pause the simulator. It's pretty cool. So you can walk away on like a 2-hour flight if you want to, and use autopause. Right, exactly. And it's free. It's on the org if you want to check it out. And I've tried it. It works pretty well. Sometimes I just like sitting in the cockpit and looking out the window, you know? Especially if in areas where you've got a lot of population and stuff. It's kind of cool. I tell you, though, in that Challenger, it is definitely different. I mean, I was doing a flight yesterday in the Challenger, and you've got to get, you know, a megaphone helped me understand that you've got to get the plane way up in the air to save on fuel. So I fly at like 32,000 feet, and it takes a long time to get up that high, and it takes a long time to get down from there. It's like 20 minutes up, 20 minutes down, but you do save a lot of fuel. It's amazing how much fuel you save. flying in the thin air. I'm almost close to buying a Challenger. I've got just about $1 million right now in my account through flying my butt off. The unfortunate thing is right now there's no Challengers for sale, which is amazing. I looked at it yesterday. There's only, if you do a search on Challengers rentable and not rentable, I counted like 65 of them in the game. That's not a lot. Yeah, I've been flying a lot, but I'm trying to, trying to save up that money for that Challenger. And then it's funny because I'm gotten to the point now where I'm almost there, and I'm saying to myself, well, do I really want that plane? Or do I buy 2 PC-12s and rent them out? Because, a couple more $100,000, I could buy 2 PC-12s, and I'll have 3 PC-12s. And put them in like strategic areas where they're going to get rented. And, I don't know. But I sure would like to have the Challenger because, you're going to save on the rent money. They're usually about $700 or $800 an hour to rent. So on an hour flight, 2-hour flight, usually your flights are 2 hours in those things. So you're saving, $1,500 to $1,800 on a flight. Eve, you spent all the time trying to get to the giant ship, then you do. I win. Do I want to play? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like I got there, but do I really want a Challenger? Do I really want a Challenger? And then I say to myself, well, I could buy the Challenger, and then if I don't want it, I could sell it because it's easy to sell because there's never any of them for sale. And it's nice to have for, like, if we open up an FBO, you can go in there in one shot and bring everything in. If someone needs you to cart a plane, you can do that. You can, so I think I am going to get it, but I'm kind of like, I always do that. When I get to the point where I've reached the goal financially, I kind of try to talk myself out of it. I guess it's a good decision process, right? You make sure that you're completely comfortable with a decision, even though we're talking about virtual planes here, And in another couple of weeks, I'll probably have another $1 million that I could buy another plane with. So, depending how much you fly. Harder to buy than it is to sell, yeah. I'm trying to sell my SR20 in Hawaii, and no one wants to buy it. Nobody wants to buy it. There's only 3 of them for sale. I tell you what, I'll give a VRA member a good deal on it if they want to buy it. I got it for I'm selling it for $239. If you're a member of VRA, I'll give it to you for $200,000. That's a pretty nice deal. Now you can't join VRA just to buy the plane and then quit. You got to be like a valid member of VRA. You put yourself in debt for the 208, yeah. Yeah, I tell you, you know how I got the money, like, let's see, I own the 1900D, that cost me $1 million. I bought the PC-12, that cost me $750, so that's $1.7 million. I got 2 SR20s, and they cost me like $200,000, $220,000 each, so that's like $2.2 million in planes, and then I've got the $1 million saved up, so it's $3.2 million. It's a lot of money. A lot of that money I made with the King Air C90. I flew the crap out of that plane, and mostly in the Charlotte area, because you could just do run after run after run after run after run, and it's really economical. It's pretty fast, and it holds 12 people. So it is a great plane for FSE, and I earned a lot of money with that. Now the money I earned for the Challenger I made with a PC-12. I think the PC-12 is actually better on money than the C90. Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's a good plane. The C90 is a great plane for FSE. I think the best planes are there's the four best planes for FSEconomy are the 1900D, 208, the PC-12, and the C90. And for short hops, the Baron. 5 passengers, really fast, get you in and out quick. You can make good money with a Baron, but it's a long grind. You know, the C90, it's 12 passengers, and it moves at like 200, right? So you can move that pretty quickly. If you set up, you know, like 4 hop. Like I would set up like 4 hop trips, right? And I go boom, 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 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. And man, the money adds up when you do things like that. Yeah, well, that's a good idea, yeah. Now, I don't know where I'm going to keep the Challenger. I'm probably it's going to be like a Nomad because it's going to go wherever. Generally, it's cargo hauls, so like, you know, 4,000 kilograms of cargo flying like 700 miles kind of thing. And you just kind of go where they are, you know. But, yeah, I toyed with selling this plane, the 1900D, but I figured people in the group would use it, and it's good to have. Yeah, it is a nice plane to fly. It's, you know why? It's like a mellow plane. It's like flying a bathtub, kind of, you know. It's just a mellow plane, and it like you said, it could fly. You could land it anywhere. It's easy to fly. It's like flying a big 172, and it's simple. I just wish it worked a little better in VR. I mean, it's okay, but you know, there's some kind of glitchy things with it in VR. But it is a nice plane. I've flown that one a lot. And I toyed with buying one. But I bought the PC-12 instead because I like the PC-12. Oh, you still fly it in 2D? No, I fly the 208 in VR. I like the PC-12 because something just beeped. The hell just beeped? How many problems do I? Don't see nothing on the annunciator panel. Sure there's nothing. Yeah, I like the PC-12 because it's like 225, 230 knots. Go pretty high. 10 passengers. It goes fast. You can land it anywhere. And you can grind. It's a real money maker in FSE. Yeah. I could see what you mean. Using the joystick probably doesn't feel comfortable. That's cool though. You'll get there. It's an odd texture down there. What if they took that picture after it snowed or something? It's so weird. We all need time, dude. Oh, you're going to build your own yoke. Awesome. I'm waiting for that honeycomb yoke, and then I'm probably going to sell this one. I'm waiting for that honeycomb yoke. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, doesn't that look nice, man? I tell you, the throttle quadrant looks really nice, too. It's got the autopilot on it and stuff. It's going to be a little challenging in VR. You'll have to, like, get used to, like, after a while, you'll know, at least I know that Probably will. You'll know, like, through feel where everything is. Could take a little bit of time to get used to it, but it looks pretty cool. You're working on the Mars mining robot competition for NASA, Robo? That's pretty awesome, man. That's pretty awesome. That must be interesting. What airport is that? KCUB. Or is it CLB? CUB. You're the lead electrical engineer. Awesome. It's awesome, man. Andy, you've got hell, you got another project that you've done before this semester. Building an entertainment system for planes. You plug into intercom. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Andy, you've been quite a bit of. Oh, you got the SATEC stuff. Exactly. You end up like I know where everything is on this yoke. Once I put my hand here, I know where everything else is. Because I've been, thousands and thousands, well, maybe not thousands, but hundreds and hundreds of hours using this setup, It's like my rudder pedals. I know where they are. I put my feet around them. I know exactly where they are, and I just put my feet right on them, and it's comfortable. But I'm looking forward to check. It just looks that they did a great job with the photos on that honeycomb. It just looks awesome. I hope that it, functions as well as it looks. But Robo, that's pretty cool, man. That's a pretty awesome project to a competition. Mars mining. It's pretty cool. All right. Get myself straightened out here. $60 miles to go to Charlotte. But again, I'm going to show you they got so many multi-hop trips that you can take in the Charlotte area. Hey, Blazin', how you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. No, Simpilot, I have not heard anything from them, from the Honeycomb people. What's the name of the company? Well, let's pull it up. Let me pull it up here. Got a hell of a website. Honeycomb Aeronautical. Looks awesome, man. That quadrant looks killer. It's got the trim wheel on it. Pretty wild. I wonder if the trim wheel actually moves. It's a motorized trim wheel. That would be pretty... That'd be pretty sick if it did. $400 for the combination. You got your two switches here. You got a hat switch. I'm pretty sure it's got a COM button on the front. So you got multiple switches here. So you got battery and your alternator switches, and you got light switches here. Ignition. In the quadrant, you got your autopilot, including your up and down, your increase and decrease up and down. Your gear. Your mixture, prop, and throttle, and what would this be? Not sure what that is. Yeah, $400 isn't bad. It's not bad. But you got to buy the combination because right now, I've got this, which has a the throttle and mixture and stuff right here, okay, which is kind of lame, but it's there, okay. And I'm gonna have to buy both of them if I'm gonna use this, because I would lose that. So it's gonna, unfortunately, I have to buy both. Yeah, more information. So just take a look at this. Left-hander features 2 buttons, 2-way hat switch. Okay, and a push to talk. All right, so that's probably the push to talk, I guess. Right-hander has an 8-way switch, which is good. A 2-way as well. 6 inches of throw. Nice panels. 180-degree turn. Made in California, or designed in California. You notice it says designed and developed in California. I'm sure it's probably outsourced to China. And then we take a look at the throttle quadrant, and I'm pretty sure they've got different sets. You can have it set up for GA like this, and it's got an annunciator panel on it. Love to see how that works. Or you could set it up for, you know, big iron right there. There's the panel. So the panel is like, where's the panel? It's pretty cool, man. That's awesome. I mean, won't really matter to those of us who are in VR, but it's pretty cool. And you could switch it to the commercial throttles too. That's the honeycomb. They say it's supposed to be out by the end of this quarter. So, oh, what's that? Directional. All right, let me just hit my the gyro needed to be reset. I get that every once in a while. Yeah, exactly. It's like $700 worth of SciTech stuff on that one area, right? Exactly. Yeah, you could use the Rift controller. I just want to get the quadrant. I like to have the quadrant. Yeah, force feedback would be nice. It's just expensive, you know. It's just expensive. Yeah, I don't think you can get into force feedback for under like $1,000. Then I should get my expensive multimeter I ordered, assuming there's no war in North Korea before that. Well, I'm sure that'll be helpful. So anyway, we're all waiting for that quadrant and that thing to come out. I sent a note to them trying to get an evaluation unit so I could get it and evaluate it and give people some information on it before everybody throws out $400. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll get one. I think we're coming up on Lake Wylie here. Being made in South Korea, the multimeter. Cool. Home of the Olympics right now. Yeah, I think, I'm not sure if we're going to go over Lake Wylie. Let me look at the thing here. No, that's not. It's that's Great Falls. Lake Wylie is to the west of the airport. We'll see it out of our window here. What was we did about? In about, let's see, 30 miles. Yeah, that's cool. I'm just not, I'm just not electronically inclined to build stuff like that. I'm sure I could do it if I wanted to do it, or if I push myself to do it. I just, I'm at the point in my life where I'd rather just like have it now, I used to do a lot of customized electronics and building. I was into model railroading for a long time, the digital model railroading, and I did a lot of customization with that, which was pretty cool. But you know, switching systems and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just kind of like buying it and getting it in the box now and just having everything work. You know. Yeah, SimPilot. I think a lot of people are waiting for that yoke. Now, I haven't really read anyone who's actually used one, even though I think they were at Flight SimCon last year in June, and CES I think they were at. So we haven't really seen anybody. Oh, mode button on the slew. Oh, really? Hit the mode button on the slew gauge for your compass just below. Let's see if I could do that with a touch controller. Yep, there's mode. Oh, that just screwed things up, I think. Oh, no, no. Okay. So when I get that message, that's what I got to hit, right? Oh, what happened there? You just screwed... Oh, dude, my engine's just failed. Dude. My engine's just failed. All right, hold on. I got to figure this out. Hold on. Everything was going fine. That just screwed up my whole shit here. Where's my ignition? Okay. Dude, it just killed the plane. Just killed the plane. God damn it. All right, let me just figure this out here, guys. Hold on. No. She won't start up. I got an airport right there. As soon as I hit the mode button, the engine's stopped. Look at this. Oh my God, I'm dead. Boom. As soon as I hit that mode button, it killed the engines. As soon as I hit that mode button, it killed the engines. Ah, well, crap. Well, that's how that ended. That's how that ended. Oh, well. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess Carenado has a bug with their plane. Because all I did was press that button. All I did was press that mode button. And as soon as I did that, the engines shit a brick. It's not your fault, Flyboy, but it is a flaw in this plane. Okay, well, I guess we'll head. The nice thing about FSEconomy, yeah. I mean, you saw me. I hit the mode button. I didn't hit anything else, and as soon as I did that, the engines died. All right, here's what we can do. I can cancel FSEconomy. And there was no restarting it. There was no restarting it. Yes, I want to cancel. And let me just see here. Where do I have to go back to? RBW. RBW. Let's get back to RBW. Okay. RBW. Well, I'll never hit that button again. First, I want to go in here and failures. Just make sure I don't have to fix anything here. Wow, that sucked. All right, all systems are fixed. Start new flight. No, I wasn't out of fuel. I had plenty of fuel. Oh, I guess it's too late now. I canceled it, so I'll just go back to RBW and do it again. I'll put it in fast mode. No, I had plenty of gas. I started that flight with, what, 200 gallons, and it was like only 139 miles, so it wasn't the fuel. I hit that mode button. I'm going to try that again off stream, but I hit that mode button, and as soon as I did that, the engines crapped right out. So, I have to tell Carenado about that. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I mean, I could have probably gone to that other airport, but, oh well. What the hell? What? What? Yeah, I know B2. It always burns the aux first, but I had plenty in the tank. I don't know why I'm sitting here. Okay, there you go. All right, let's do this again. Start flight. I got 200 gallons. Yep, 200 gallons. Flight has started. Yeah, flyboy. I don't know what went wrong there, man. That was weird. All right, hopefully I'm not going to get into graphic issues here. Let's do this, this. All right, Andy, take care. Thanks for hanging out, man. You got to see me crash. Altitude's 2,500. We're good on the GPS. Get my fuel pumps on auto. Aux good. Get my pitot heat on. And we're good to go. We're going to run in fast mode here, 2x mode. Yeah, I see. I have that mapped to a key, the N key, because that happens a lot. The DG, whatever it is, the digital compass to the magnetic north. Flaps up and gear up. I gotta lower the volume. Autopilot on.
Autopilot on.
You lower that volume. All right, take care, Andy. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, flyboy. I don't know. I mean, the weirdest thing. You know, I want to tell you that I've had some problems with this plane. But one time I was doing a flight and just check something here. One time I was doing a flight, and all of a sudden I looked over, and the left tank was at 0. And the right tank was fine. It was like someone shot a hole in the left tank. And then, as I was flying, the right engine went out. So the left tank had no gas, the left engine had no gas, and the right engine went out, and I couldn't restart it. And it was just like out of the blue. You know, I didn't over-torque the engine, I didn't do anything wrong operationally, just the plane just took a crap, you know? No, it's not. It's, if you look on the buttons here, I'm going to get closer so you could see. You see the mode button says DG on it. See? That's the one I clicked. See right there, I'll get real close there. The mode is DG. See that? And that's the one I pressed. But I'll tell you what, I will never press that button again because I have it mapped to my keyboard. And I'll do it that way because that button kills the engines. All right, let me do this. Let me, we're going to run in fast mode, guys. I don't like to normally do this when I'm streaming, but get there a little quicker. But yeah, it definitely didn't run out of gas. It was just as soon as I hit that button, and then the engines wouldn't restart, right? So I basically had the throttles in, and everything was turned on. The batteries were, everything was on, and I tried to do the ignition start left and right, and it was like it was if the starters were dead. The starters were gone. The engines just didn't want to start. Odd. No. I mean, I could blame you, Flyboy, because you said hit the button. So, thanks a lot. But no, I'm just kidding. It's all right. It's the plane. The plane that shouldn't do that. You pressing that mode button shouldn't kill your engines. I mean, come on. It's bizarre. When we land, okay? When I land here, I'm going to try it again and see if it does it again. Yeah, you know, we'll just pretend we're in a jet. We're moving at 500 knots. That's only the second. I think it's the second time I've crashed. The first time was that time when, and you know, the thing is that I tried to restart the engines, and twice I should have probably just tried to restart them once, and if it failed, I should have picked out that airport, which was right there, and probably if I trimmed things out and had the flaps up and stuff, I might have been able to get to the airfield. So, shame on me for, you know, bad management and killing all the souls on board, unfortunately. But shame on Flyboy for telling me to push the button. I'm just kidding. Other than that, how's it been going, Bambino? It's been going great. Other than wrecking a $1.5 million plane and destroying the lives of hundreds of people, everything's going fine. Yeah, I should have turned the autopilot off first. You're right. You're right. And then I should have tried to set. You're right. That's exactly what I should have done, and I didn't do that. I kind of panicked. Which tells me, and I always do this, whenever I have an emergency like that, I say to myself, I really need to work on emergency situations. Yeah, I mean, yes, it did kill the issue. Part of the problem is the engines wouldn't restart. So, you know, I don't think I would have made that airfield anyway. They had an insurance claim on Great Aviation, yeah. I don't think I would have made that airfield anyway. This thing's a rock. It's not going to glide very well. I remember that from the last time I crashed with it. It was it wasn't it went from flying to basically, you know, flying a airplane to flying a rock very quickly. Yeah, thankfully it's just VR. It's just fake. But remind me when we land, I want to hit that button again and see what happens. Because that is literally all I did, right? I didn't do anything else except hit that button. And not one engine failed. Both engines went to 0. Oh well. At least the sim is running smooth, right? Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. Every once in a while you have to have a little disaster to get people interested. I'll put in the title video, you know, crash the B19 again. B1900. It's only the second time in 135 hours of flying this plane that I crashed. It's not too bad. Well, it would be bad in the real world, but in the VR world for a non-pilot, it's not too bad. And isn't it funny that before in the stream I was saying how I feel like I can handle this plane like a 172. Guess I came back to bite my ass, right? And that's a cool airport right there. No, it's terrible. In real life, it's terrible. But again, I'm not a real pilot. I just play one on Twitch. And honestly, I'm not sticking to my New Year's resolution for VR piloting, which was to spend more time on aviation study and doing things the proper way. I get caught up in FSEconomy. And you've hit that button 200 times in the last 50 minutes and no problems. Yeah. I mean, check me if I'm wrong. Did I hit anything else with that button? Now, maybe it was a coincidence that the engines were just going to fail no matter what, and I just happened to hit that button and then they failed, you know, a second later. But I don't think so. I mean, right? You guys were watching. Did I hit anything else? I didn't hit anything else. I just hit that button. No, there's no way I could have, because first of all, I would have the throttle. I don't know how I would have pulled it back. The throttle's here. You can see it right here. Okay. So what I did was I moved over here and I went like this. And I pushed the button like that. Oh, I don't want to push it again. Yeah, I'm going to check it. I'll check it out later. I'm 100% sure that that's the only thing that I did was hit that button. Yeah, I will probably clip it. Inebriated pilot, how you doing? Are you inebriated tonight? Are you flying under the influence? I love that name, man. It's a funny name. I'll be interested to see, but I'm, like I said, I'm 99.9% sure the only thing I did was hit that mode button, and then both engines just died. You are now. Oh, cool, B2. Thank you. Let me know what you see. And actually, I didn't need to hit that mode button because I had already hit the N button on my keyboard, which does the DG magnetic sync. I asked because I just only half paid attention. I'm busy working on trying to find out how the average voltage across a load of DC AC converter switch to 9060. Okay, you work on that, dude. All right, we'll get there a little faster this time. Yeah, sorry for the double time here, guys, but I see you not once looked at upper enunciators. I looked at the lower ones. I didn't look at the S. I guess I didn't look at the upper ones. I think I looked out of the corner. You see, just because my head didn't turn towards it doesn't mean I didn't look at it. Because in VR, if I'm looking this way, I can see the enunciators. So I'm pretty sure I did look at it. Like right here, if I'm like this, I could see everything on the instrument panel just by moving my eyes. I don't have to move my head. I can see everything. But I would call that a catastrophic failure. Two engines just completely die and won't restart. Yeah, they do. Thank you. Thanks for rubbing that in. 100%. Inebriated, I have an Oculus Rift CV1 with touch controllers and 3 sensors. All right, 17 miles from our waypoint, and then we'll be probably about 27 miles from the airport. Shortly here, I'll take it off of double time mode. In fact, let me do that now. In the 208, $281 miles in the 208. That's a long way. Let me close this window. Not close, minimize. As soon as I minimize that window, everything gets smooth. That's the key, one of the keys to X-Plane 11 VR. You have to minimize the 2D mirror window. You have to minimize it. Will monitors be obsolete in the future? Yes. They will. for two reasons, and not because of VR, because of AR. And basically what you're going to have is you're going to be able to wear, probably in about 20 years, you're going to have a set of glasses that look exactly like, you know, the glasses that you would wear today. And when you put them on, you'll have you could have multiple virtual monitors in space wherever you want them, and they'll be high resolution. So there'll be no need for actual physical monitors anymore, because you'll put these glasses on and you'll be able to create a monitor anywhere you want in virtual space. And it's an AR, so that you can still see your desk and people in front of you. Like you could be at you could be sitting at your desk or standing at your desk, and you could have these glasses on, and you'll be able to pull up a 4K or 8K monitor anywhere in space that you want. It'll be crystal clear. So B2, I disagree with you. In the future, there will be no need for physical electronic monitors. You won't need them anymore. Not for computing. You'll be able to do it through AR glasses. It's already being done. I have a friend who had a HoloLens. Oh, someone just subscribed to the channel. Who was that? Robo, thank you, thank you. Thank you for your subscription. I appreciate that very much, dude. And that's 2 months in a row, man. It's awesome. Thanks for the Twitch Prime. Yeah, I mean, we could agree to disagree, B2, but I've done a lot of research and work in AR and VR, and I could tell you that the way things are going, that's the way that software companies are moving. They're basically moving away from physical monitors. There's no need for it. You buy one headset, you buy one set of AR glasses, you put them on, and you can create any monitor you want anywhere, and it's going to be crystal clear. I mean, I'm talking about 20 years from now. I'm not talking about 5 years from now. I'm talking about 20 years from now. Maybe 15. All right, airfield in sight. Well, thanks, Robo. I guess I'm second. All right, well, thanks for making me second fiddle. I appreciate that. Okay, we got our runway, and where can we land if we have a problem? Not many places, because this is pretty congested here, so we're going to have to get to that runway. Start to slow down a plane, that would be helpful. No, that's cool, dude. I'm just kidding with you. I appreciate it, and hopefully when he gets his, when he becomes a partner or affiliate, you'll be able to subscribe to him. That's totally cool. I'm just kidding with you. My master caution is going off because I'm low on fuel. See? Low on, it says low quantity, fuel quantity. Look over here, I'm in the yellow on fuel. All right, let me land. I got plenty of fuel to land, though, so let me land this baby. And remind me, once I get everything set, I'm going to hit that. I'm going to hit that mode button and see what happens. All right, let's get flaps 1. Let's get gear down. Get ourselves lined up here. For our final approach into Charlotte International Airport. Auto feathers off. Three green, flaps to full, gas is good, undercarriage is good, mixture is good, propeller is good. There's the marker. Trim it up a little. And keep that nose up, flare it up. There you go. I'm at cat 4. I know you're in the eyes. I'm at cat 4. Yeah, it's all ortho. All right, cool. So that's it. Let's taxi off the active here. Clean up the flaps. Got to take this over to the hangar to get the mode button checked out because it killed my friggin' engines. Thanks to Flyboy. Killed my whole immersion. Well, listen, you got to see a crash, though. That was kind of cool. So American Airlines has agreed to... is this America West? No, American Airlines has agreed. That's the old logo. They've agreed to check out the issue with my mode button killing my engines. So they asked me to pull it into this hangar 1. So we're going to do that. We're going to pull this into hangar 1 and take her over here and let them have a look-see. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Fairly sure both left and right fire loop initiators were triggered before you crashed a minute or so before you clicked the mode button. You were also over barber pole on speed. I didn't touch the fire poles, dude. All I did was press the button. I don't think being over speed the plane would have caused the engines to fail when you hit the DG button. It doesn't make any sense. And I didn't come anywhere near the left and right fire poles. All right, let me take a look outside the plane. Plane looks okay. Well, don't forget we restarted, so let me get inside the plane here. I'm going to let me end FSEconomy. That's done. And now, here we go. We're going to press that button to see what happens. Ready? Here we go. Didn't kill the engines. And mode button didn't look like engine shut down immediately, but after about 5 seconds, so it could be a coincidence. Okay. Did you see the fuel tanks at all? Did I look at the fuel tanks so you could see where the fuel tanks were? Because I'm pretty sure there was fuel in them. This mode button had nothing to do there. Oh my God, a fire! All right, well, I guess I'll look at that video too and see what I could figure out. But oh well, no biggie. Let's take a look at how we did here. Okay, so that's all ended. Boom, we go to the log, and we see it's the big one. All right, so that's going to be made about $11,000 here, so almost $5,700 for the group, and on that one, $5,700 plus another. We lost money there. Where's the other one? 6,800, and then that's the other one. All right, so that's about $7 grand for the group. It's about an hour 40 into. Thank you, B2. I appreciate that. I'll check that out. You want a full accident briefing on YouTube in 24 hours? Okay. So anyway, well, I mean, aside from the crash, I mean, it was a pretty good flight. I don't think I made a lot of money, did I? Let's see. I really don't care, to tell you the truth. Oh, I made $5 grand or 6. I probably made about $6 grand. All right, so it wasn't a fuel issue. Wasn't a fuel issue. All right, well, that's the whole idea of this stream, was to show you guys the kind of money you can make in the Charlotte area with a B1900D. I hope that was interesting, and it's interesting that we had a crash, and we'll do a full investigation to see what happened. In the meantime, I want to thank you guys for joining the stream and for participating. B2, thank you. SimPilot. Flyboy, thanks for telling me to push the button, even though it probably had nothing to do with it. I think B2's right. I think it was a coincidence. Like I said, I've had the engines fail completely like that for no reason whatsoever before. So, but in any event, guys, thanks a lot. Have a great evening. Hit that if you're watching this on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Bambino Games for more X-Plane 11 in VR. Have a great evening, guys. Take care. Oh, you know what? Before I go, I'm gonna host. If Sapper's, let me see if Sapper is streaming. Hold on. Sapper is streaming. Let's see. Yeah, let's. He's doing that Star Wars stuff, but we'll give him a host anyway. You too. Oh, Fazacast. Is that? I hope I got that right, Fazacast. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. So if you want to watch some Star Wars, here's Sapper. Take care, guys.